Welcome in, Huntsville, to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Here we go. Jay Thompson in the house.
What's going on this morning? Nice and cool.
Man, it is
and windy.
It's a cool, windy, what is it, 37 degrees today. We got it up on if you drive by our studio here in University, you will see in the window, we put up a TV. I don't know, we did it a few months ago actually, but I just fired it back up and there's a little bit of glitches in it every once in a while. Like I'm just noticing now one of those pictures is broken, but we're using a service to show different things about this program and what's going on and also the weather. And then you'll see it in the TV in the window. So keep an eye on that. If you're walking around downtown, we'll have upcoming events and different things happening throughout the community. And, of course, you can go on our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com to see everything that's going on here in Huntsville. And if we're missing something, we need to know. So just let us know, Jason.
That's it.
Let us know what you're up to, Jay Tom. How have you been, man?
Doing good.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
What's your nickname? You have a nickname?
Not really.
Jay, I don't know. I call you Big Dog, every once in a while. Whenever you come on, we say, "What's up, Big Dog?" Mm-hmm. And Jay Tomp, we just got to figure out one, man.
Go for it. That's all I'm saying. Go for it.
We came in hot this morning, by the way.
Rob came in hot this morning.
Came in hot. I was flying in. I was going the speed limit, but, I was flying in. I'm thankful that our parking folks downtown do not ticket us for backing in to parking spaces because, technically it's illegal to back in to a
pull-in?
To a pull-in. Yeah, it's illegal to back into a pull-in. Well, the problem is down here, and folks that regularly park down here, you'll notice their bumpers are all scuffed up. Mm-hmm. And it's because there's no, what do you call that, like the wheel thing? What's that called? When you bump it? So
like those little parking blocks.
Yeah, parking block. Is that what it's called?
I don't know what they're called.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bumper? Is that it, like a bumper?
I don't know.
Parking bumper? Well, there's no bumpers here, and so you'll bump into the wall over here because it's. What do you think that is? Like it goes from maybe 6 inches all the way to the other side, like 2 feet.
Yeah, at least.
And you'll run into it.
There's like 4 or 5 steps down there.
Yeah, you'll run into it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I started doing, when I noticed this months and months ago, I started backing in on that corner over there.
Yeah, I could hear your beeper from across the street.
And that's why I do it, because I got that sensor that goes in it, and I wait till it flatlines. Flatline is not a good thing in life. And it's not a good thing in your car either, because that's telling you, like, wait a minute, something dangerous is about to happen. Danger. Crunch. Well, hey, welcome
about to
in.
Crunch.
You're about to crunch. Well, we're not going to crunch this morning. We're going to have a great morning. I'm going to be honest. It started out a little rough this morning for me.
Did it?
Man, I was hot this morning. It was just our juice went out twice yesterday in Elkins. And, you know, some people say, well, the fix is a generator. It is if you have the money to do it. And, you know, a couple of our neighbors down the road, well, you just need to get a generator. I said, man, I shouldn't have to get a generator. It should just work.
Yeah, it should.
So yesterday at 3 o'clock, power goes out. And it was out for 2 hours. Let me clear the air real quick, okay? I do have a generator. I just don't have one of those fancy Generacs that's outside. One day, maybe. But I have a little Harbor Freight 1,400-watt gas engine generator.
All right.
I fired that up yesterday. We made the best decision ever to get, I'm not knocking Optimum, but we've had so many issues with the cable, with internet out there, that I was like, I'm done, man. I'm paying over $100 a month, and new customers are signing up, you know, for $60 a month. I said, how's that fair? Long story short is every time the power goes out, the cable goes out. It's not because the modem isn't powered, because I'll plug it into a battery backup and it still doesn't work. So we switched over to AT&T, what's called VDSL. It's their copper service. It's only 50 meg down, 10 meg up, but that service actually runs better than what we had from Optimum.
Really?
So yesterday, when the power goes out, I start running extension cords through the house, have the generator on the back patio, turned on the TV, ran the extension cord to the TV, ran the extension cord to the AT&T VDSL modem. Bam. I had TV and internet. I was golden.
You were golden.
So we watched the movie Downsize yesterday while the power was out. You ever seen that with Mark Wahlberg?
Nope.
It's a good movie. And so we did that, and then the power came back on. And then everything was all hunky-dory. And then we go to sleep. 2 a.m., I start hearing buzzers and beeps going off as the battery backup devices on my computer's kicking on. Because guess what?
Power went out.
Power went out again. This time it was out for 3 hours. Got down to about 60 in the house. And 60's cold. 60's cold for a little baby. So we had to make sure. Well, in the middle of all this, sometimes I usually get in the habit of throwing clothes in because the days are long. You know how it is. Days are long. So I throw the clothes in after I put the babies to sleep, usually around 8 o'clock, 8:30, and I try to get to bed by 9. I have all of the clothes in the dryer, Jason. Turn it on. I usually get up 5:30. I go in there, and I'll kind of put it back on the fluff cycle to make sure that they're, let me retract. I put the clothes in the washer 8:30. I get up 5:30. I put them in the dryer. They're usually done by almost 6:15, and then I'm out the house. Well, what happens this morning? Dryer doesn't work.
The dryer doesn't work.
Tumbles. Everything's going good. You think it's working, right? So I take a shower. It's a great day. I'm all smiling, jolly. I'm up early, earlier than normal because today was the first day we took Caden. And then what happens? The clothes are all wet. And I let that get to me. And I'm going to be transparent. I let that get to me, and I got pretty upset this morning. Bridget was like, you need to chill out. She was 100% right. And I was like, man, just one more thing on the plate. Sometimes you got so much food on the plate, and it's okay to have a lot of food on the plate. You just need other people to help you eat it. I didn't have anybody helping me eat it this morning.
You didn't have no help eating that plate?
I was going to bring it into you, but I know that you're not big on the plate overflow plate eating.
No, not anymore.
So now that we've cleared all that negativity out of the air, because this is a positive and uplifting show, it's going to be a great day today, Jason.
It is going to be a great day today.
So we got a great guest today, 2 great guests, actually. Our great friend, Steph Vallie, is in studio from Magnolia Kennel. She is here this morning, and also Sheriff Clint McRae joining us, and I appreciate Steph helping to coordinate that. So we're going to learn more about what's going on at Magnolia Kennel, and then we're going to learn a lot about what's happening with the Walker County Sheriff's Office this morning. So it is a really good morning today, and we're really excited.
Great morning.
We are here downtown, our studio brought to you in part by Elliott's Jewelers. Appreciate all of his support for all of your custom jewelry and more. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich and also Paul Oley of The Gallery for all of your custom framing, photography needs, and more. And, of course, we would not be here on a Tactical Tuesday.
Tactical Tuesday.
Tactical Tuesday. Get on down there and get the rest of it with Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense, man. So, man, you know what? Today was I know you're getting back in the routine of everything.
You just now noticing that?
Well, I knew the routine, Jason, but here's something else. This is major progress. Before, when you were coming in, first time it was a chair. Deneen helped you.
Yeah.
Second time, I don't think you were in a chair the second time. Ricky was here. He helped you twice. Deneen came back and helped you. Then this morning, Jason all by himself is here, and not only was the truck parked over near here, it was parked across the street. See, normally it was being parked over here. You're back to the old routine of parking across the street, man.
Yeah.
So
Getting back in the old routine.
The good old routine is back, baby. So excited about it. Rick told me just now, and we want to welcome all of you in for joining us. Rick Boning said, do you need a key to my house? He has a Generac. Rick, if you don't mind, can we run, a little 12
cord?
Maybe like a 12-2 underground. We'll put some conduit over, maybe some of that direct burial electrical cable. Can we just, your neighbor, he has that little fence up behind you, but other than that, we've got the side yard. I'm sure he's not there until the weekends. I'm sure Mr. Gilbert won't mind if I go over there and just trench his yard and we just run that thing through.
We can get through there real quick.
Yeah, just put me a little 20-amp 12-2 from that sucker, Rick, and we'll call it a day. And, at least I can run my fridge and all that, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, it sounds like you need your modem and your TV more than the fridge.
I kind of started thinking, let's think about this, because if your power went out and you knew it was, you got to take care of the food. Don't get me wrong. So let's throw this scenario in the mix. It's 30 degrees. We're in a freeze, okay? We're in a freeze outside for a week. Doesn't get above 30 degrees. And you know this. You know that it's not going to get above 30. Your power goes out. What are 3 things that you want to make doggone sure that you got juice to, if you could have the option? What are the 3 things, Jason, that you want to make sure?
Number 1 is the heat.
Okay. All right.
That's number 1.
And what's 2 and 3?
Make sure you can cook.
Okay.
And I don't know about number 3.
Here's mine. See, and this is why I threw in the clause of 30 degrees. Don't need the refrigerator, because you can just put all the food outside if worse came to worse, right?
Right.
I would get a propane heater, but I'd make sure the carbon monoxide doesn't fill the house. So I'd figure something out. But I'd make sure I have a little gas propane. See, I didn't throw this clause in. So it changes the whole dynamic of this conversation.
That's why I have a fireplace.
See, I'd get the fire. I would get the fireplace going, so I'd be fine on the heating part.
As long as you got some wood.
I'd cook on the fireplace, by the way.
I've done that.
And then that way I could still get by saying, I need my TV and internet. See? So I was just trying to set the priorities straight, Jason.
I have cooked in a fireplace before.
What was it? What'd you cook in it?
We cooked baked potatoes and stuff in a Dutch oven. Back when I was in high school, we had a big ice storm here in Huntsville, and it was horrible. It was about 7 days without power.
Wow. Like thick ice, brought down the power lines, the trees.
Oh, yeah, they kicked
yards.
school out early and everything.
Man.
I won't tell you that I had all the show chickens in the houses. We literally did.
Well, that made it easy to get the eggs in the morning, right?
No, these are not egg-laying chickens.
Okay.
These are market broilers.
Are these ones that you beef up and then you
eat?
Then you eat them?
Yeah. Yeah, we had 2 living rooms full of chickens.
I never did.
Right in front of the fireplace.
I never did the FA stuff, but I had a lot of buddies who were in it. And I fully respect it. I think it's hard work, raising those pigs and everything else that they do. But I just started thinking, man, I'm such an animal lover. And don't get me wrong, I like to eat good deer meat and I like to eat chicken, steak, and all that. But man, I'm just a big animal lover that if I had to raise some poor little chicken, I don't know if I could take him and get him slaughtered.
You do it yourself, right?
I know. But see, I couldn't even take him to do it. I just
Good Lord.
That poor little thing, they get attached to you, Jason. They eat out of your hand.
No, they do not.
We had chickens growing up. My mama wouldn't let us kill them. So we did. She would not. We had guinea pigs. Is that what they call those things? No. Guinea pigs are the little fluffy.
Those are the little fluffy things you keep in a cage in your bedroom.
What are the birds that are like the guineas? The guineas. See, we had guineas also, 2 of them.
I like guineas. They're good for snakes. And
we had 2 guineas, and that's why we got them.
Good burglar alarm.
That's why we got them, because my mama had a chicken coop, and we had those 2 guineas to keep the snakes out of it. That's exactly why she got them. But yeah, we could never. And there was and this is all coming back to me, Jason.
There's different chickens though. Some chickens are bred so that you can harvest and eat them.
See, this is all coming back to me because we had this little chicken named Minnie. And I remember her now. I haven't thought
My
of
wife
many.
has pet chickens, Rob. We can't eat those.
I could not eat many. That little sweet thing. She'd eat out of your hand. She'd listen to you. She knew what was going on.
Oh, I know.
Oh, man. I don't know how we got in this conversation today, but that's what we did. Well, friends, again, good one lined up. We're going to be giving away tickets starting today. We're going to do our regular text line. By the way, the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. I'm going back to $20 today on Venmo Cash App. If you can do that, it's easier. But $20 coming your way today. But I'm also going to do a special keyword, and we're going to reveal that during the break. A special keyword today to win tickets to the three Heath brothers. These are three brothers that are coming to Huntsville here on Friday, 6:30, Old Town Theater, courtesy of Postcards Magazine. We appreciate their support and also providing us tickets through First Baptist Church. And we are giving away 10 tickets the rest of this week. So we'll probably give away 3 or 4 today. And then as we go on, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll give away the bulk of the tickets. But we're doing a special keyword for that because we don't want you to enter that if you know for certain that you're not going to be able to go. So if you want to go hear these 3 young men, they are absolutely amazing. We're going to learn more about them tomorrow as Karen and Marshall Alton will be on the show. But these young men, if you have not went to YouTube and looked them up, go look up the number 3 Heath, like the Heath Bar brothers, 3 Heath brothers.
3 Heath brothers.
They are amazing young men that are coming here to Huntsville, and they're going to be singing some great words of inspiration and hope for our community. And you need to go by and hear them, and the best way to do it, and see them, and the best way to do it, you can enter in today to win tickets to them.
Free tickets.
So there you go, free tickets. We're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. Steph Vallie is in studio with us, and she'll be in on the other side. Before we do that, January, keyword continues. All you got to do is text
Granny
in.
Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine.
Boy, and this food's so good, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, it's Randolph Thompson over there. So text in January. Please put in your name, too. January, along with your name, on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. And all you got to do is text that in to 936-339-0139. As always, our show's on Tuesdays, Tactical Tuesdays, brought to you by Jason Thompson and Guardian Defense. They are your personal safety experts here in Huntsville. Go by and check them out online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. We'll have a word from our sponsors, national news, and more. We'll be back on the other side with Steph Vallie of Magnolia Kennel. Stay with us.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. Blizzard conditions continue in parts of the Plain States, including North Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, while a larger winter storm system continues to dump snow on other areas of the Midwest, from Chicago, Illinois, to just west and north of Kansas City, Missouri. There are winter weather alerts still posted and likely to last through Tuesday. There may be a half a foot of snow in some places. The head of Homeland Security heads back to the border this week. Alejandro Mayorkas says it's time for Congress to act on illegal immigration.
We need more asylum officers and immigration judges so that we can resolve asylum claims quickly.
Monday's visit to Eagle Pass came just before the House Homeland Security Committee plans to hold a hearing about Mayorkas' potential impeachment. Meanwhile, GOP lawmakers are announcing plans to impeach Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin following controversy about his recent hospital admission. Republican Congressman Matt Rosendale of Montana is planning to introduce articles of impeachment against Austin today. He's facing backlash over a lack of transparency when his hospitalization went unreported to the White House for several days. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre with reporters on Monday.
The number one thing right now is for him. We want to see him get well and back at the Pentagon.
Jean-Pierre said Biden spoke to Austin by phone on Saturday. At least 21 people are hurt following an apparent gas explosion at a downtown hotel in Fort Worth, Texas. The explosion hit Monday, leaving a large hole in the lower portion of the Sandman Signature Fort Worth Hotel. The first commercial space mission to the moon has been cut short. The lunar lander launched this week by Astrobotic Technology would have been the first ever private company equipment to land on the moon, but it experienced a critical malfunction barely a day after launch, leading to a fuel leak and an inability to charge its batteries. This is USA News.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. All right, friends, welcome back at it. Time now 7:58. Man, I missed it. I wanted 7:57.
Why 7:57?
I missed it.
Oh,
because Heinz 7:57. No other better. Oh wait, Heinz 57.
Times 57.
Boeing 757.
Yeah, that 757's an airplane.
Where Steph's over here wondering, like, what is going on this morning? So Steph Vallie in the house now. Welcome in, Steph. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
It's so good to see you. Always a joy and a privilege to have Steph Vallie, Magnolia Kennel, joining us today. Sheriff McRae will be on here in just a little bit. I see him just pulling up now. Here with us alongside Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense. It is Tactical Tuesday. Or as some people say, Tuesday here on the show. I like Tuesday better. Do you, Steph?
Yes, Tuesday.
It just feels Huntsville when you throw in the D at the end of it. Like battery. If you need my grandma used to say batteries. She said, Rob, can you go get me some batteries? And I think she's talking to Biola Battery, Louisiana. So anyway, that's off Waterboy, by the way, if you ever seen that movie.
Yep.
Excited to be back here this morning with you. Let us know that you're out there. Sheriff is here. We'll have him on in just a few moments. But we're excited to be here this morning and talk about all the good things happening in our community. And you'll see articles on our website from Magnolia Kennel and great things that are happening. Working on putting together a business directory. I know you and I had texted about that this morning. And that's something that we're really going to be putting a heavy emphasis on here in 2024. We have a few businesses listed in there, but we're going to start adding more to our ethical business directory, and that's going to be a place that we really want the community to go to on our website to really know that they can find trusted products and services here in Huntsville. And Magnolia Kennel, of course, is a part of that. We're going to list them a little bit later on, and then we're going to promote that throughout the community. So make sure that we are lifting up small business. Steph, for you, it's been a while, about a month or so. How was your Christmas, New Year, all that?
Very busy, very busy. Lots of dogs. Had 54 dogs and 2 cats.
Ooh, okay.
And the majority of them stayed for the entire time, so it was very busy.
Do you promote the cat boarding much, or is it?
No, not really. I'm really not designed for cats, but I mean, we use the cats if the person has a dog and the cat has been with us a while. We don't have a problem with it because I'm not set up really for cats.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how do you board a cat? You know, because they need to run around all the time and stuff, don't they?
In our facility, we have what we call the cat condos, and they stay in the cat condos during the day when the major activity is, and then if the cat has the personality, then I will leave it out in the office at night and that kind of thing. So, and yes, but cats have a tendency to hide a lot. Mm-hmm. So if you give them a cubby hole to hide in, then they're comfortable.
My mom's had cats for a long time. When we grew up, we had 2 or 3 of them, and she's got some cats, still, and obviously not from when I was a child because those would be the Guinness World Book of Record cats.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
There's cats that my mom had that I never knew.
Yeah.
Because they'd only come out for her. I said, Mom, what is it? You keep talking about this cat named Biddy or Bitsy or something. I don't remember the names. I think it was like Itsy and Bitsy. She had the cat, 2 of them named.
Really?
And I was wondering, where's the spider and the water spout, the other 2? But I never saw one of the cat. Never came out. And one day I'm over at my mom's. She lives in Georgetown, and all of a sudden, this weird-looking cat. I said, "What cat is that?" She goes, "Oh, that's so-and-so, the one I've had for 5 years." I said, "I've never seen the thing."
Never saw the cat.
Never saw it.
Well, we've actually, when I first opened, we actually had a couple of cats that boarded with us. Just like when the families had family coming in, the cats would attack the family, so they would have to board them to get them out of the house. It is
attack cats.
Oh yeah, they were not friendly. But they would board them just to get them away from their grandkids or something like that.
So the song, was it Leonard Skinner? Who wrote Cat Scratch Fever?
Oh, I have no idea.
Who was that? Cat Scratch Fever. I did. So that is a real thing,
though.
Oh
Yeah, and I've had it before. I had Cat Scratch Fever when I was in high school.
What is it?
I worked at a vet clinic in Spring, and I had a client that wanted to have a cat bathed. So we gave it a bath, and it freaked out, and it attacked me, and they actually had to take me to the emergency room, and I was sick for 2 weeks, and it's like a really bad case of the flu.
Oh, yeah. Well, you think about cat. I think it was actually, I just had a thought come through. This is the Learning RX in me. It was Ted Nugent that had that song. Ted Nugent had it, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think, you think about cats. I know that, I'm not a cat fan. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. I love cats if they're someone else's cats. But I'm just not. My brother's a cat guy. He's got a couple of cats, Sparky and some, people come up with weird names for cats. But you think about a dog and a cat. My problem with cats are, and if there's cat lovers out there, it's okay. You know, I'm okay if it's we're going to have the Huntsville Cat Society
yes,
on.
We're going to have the Cat Society next month.
But cats walk on everything because they can jump and they move around. But you think about the cats, and you know, and I'm not trying to like be gross about that, but a cat use a litter box. You think about their nails, and that's probably all sorts of bacteria. If they scratch you got to be careful about that.
Well, you can train a cat just like you can a dog. I mean, they are amazing. There is a gentleman that I observed several years ago. I went to a workshop, and he had like 10 cats running around, and he did exercises with them, and they were completely off leash and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, they can be trained just like a dog.
My brother's cats, we had the lever handles, Jason, you know what I'm talking about, on the doors, and that cat, they learned, and it was on the back, on the front door, because my mom has like an old, Singer sewing machine that my great-grandmother had. So she has an old Singer sewing machine that she uses kind of as a display table.
Right.
Has it right by the front door. Well, that cat knew, and my mom had to start locking the door because that cat knew how to push that lever down and let itself out.
Yeah. Well, our kennel cat, Stella, she doesn't come to kitty. You have to call her by her name. And she knows how to sit when you tell her to and that kind of stuff. I mean, she's, I get bored sometimes. So
one last question while we're on the cat train, right, on the cat trail right now. On the cat trail. With the cat Stella. You taught her how to. Do you do any cat training?
No.
So no cat training.
No cat training.
And I don't even do a lot of dog training anymore. I had my neck fused in 2009, and so I have to be real careful of what I can do. But it is all the same basis. It's positive reinforcement, what they call clicker training. It's all the same thing. It's a lot like a child for a certain period of time in their lives, and they just don't mature up like a child does. It
was so weird when we first had our children. I was telling Bridget, I was like, man, it's so much easier to raise puppies than children.
You can stick them in a crate and leave them alone.
Yeah, they're good to go. But there comes that level, though, to where your children, it's like, man, these puppies are really smart. My children are still learning. But you're right, there comes that level to where, okay, your children are growing up, and now they're far exceeding. But the puppies and the dogs, they just kind of stay at this level. We've been real fortunate. Our golden, these two guys, we have a golden retriever, Mac, and we have a blue lacy kind of lab mix. I think I told you about her. She was I'm just going to say the word. We're positive on this show. I'm going to tell you, if you're a person that thinks it's okay to throw animals out of a vehicle, you're a jerk. And some jerk threw out 6 puppies out of a moving Suburban in Crabs Prairie several years ago. And thank goodness Frank Oliveris was in that area, and his neighbor saw it. They took him in, and Frank had those puppies, put them on Facebook. And that's how we got Stella. She was the most skittish one on the picture. She was sitting by herself, and to this day, she hasn't ever bitten anyone, but her hair will stand up, and she growls, and she's very, very protective. And I told Bridget, I said, I would much rather have her in the house versus the golden if somebody tried to break in, because I think in that moment, Stella would probably go after him. And I brought all this up because we went to the Woodlands on when was this, Sunday? Yeah, it was Sunday. We had to go down to her sister's house, Bridget's sister, to pick up a few things. And we had went to church, got out of church, and we went to her sister's, and then we were going to go to Costco. Well, I get a call from the neighbor saying, Rob, is that y'all's dogs running loose? I said, well, I don't know. I'm not at home. Apparently, we forgot to close the garage door. Well, the main garage door. And then there's also the door that goes in the laundry room. Well, if you don't push that thing all the way, it doesn't click and close. Well, my buddy Nathan had stayed with us, and he left that morning. And it wasn't his fault. He just didn't tell us we left the garage door open. I could have closed it remotely. So I think what happened is when he closed the front door, the vacuum, the air in the house pushed that door in the laundry room open. So all of a sudden our dogs are running all over the neighborhood. And we have it on video, and thank goodness our neighbor is so sweet. Her name's Yvonne. Yvonne and her friend are chasing the dogs up and down the road. Well, we see it on the camera because we have one of those Ring cameras also on the corner of the house to see what's going on. And we go back and watch the video, and I laugh, and thank goodness Stella didn't snap at him. But it's just Mac and Stella cruising around the street, and Yvonne and her neighbor are just walking, hanging out. And all of a sudden, Stella and Mac just come barging at him. And Yvonne was like, no, get away. And Stella like stopped and backed off, but she was charging after her. That could have been a serious thing.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Yeah.
But luckily, Stella was okay in that moment, I guess. And here's the funny part of it. The two dogs actually ran back into the house on their own, and then we remotely shut the door and everything was good to go. So
I used to do in-homes where when I first opened the kennel, and I would go to people's homes and take care of their dogs. And at that time, the district attorney asked me one day, because I was doing some private lessons with him and his wife, he asked me, he said, how many houses in this county can you get into? And I said, most every one of them that have a dog, no problem. And I have actually I had a client one time call me. They got stuck in an emergency situation in Houston, and they wanted me to go get their dogs in Elkins. And I get there, and I was like, well, what's your address? They just moved in. They didn't remember the address, stress and all that kind of stuff. And they described the house to me. I get there, and there's two identical houses. And I actually ended up going in the wrong house.
Oh, goodness.
And I walked in, and I was like, there's no dogs in here. So I shut the door, and turn around and go back. And there's, I find the dogs and everything like that. But I've been in a lot of houses in this county, and I can probably get into it with no problem with the dogs.
we'll have to. Was it in Walker County when this happened?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Sheriff if he got a call on that one. So
that was before him.
That was before him.
Well, I think it's great. Friends, if you're looking for a place to board, not just board, and I want to be very clear about this, a place that you don't just board your pets. It's a place that they're going to go and they're going to have a good time, that they're going to have quality care. They're going to be taken care of. It's Magnolia Kennel right here off 45 in Huntsville. Steph and her husband, they do such a wonderful job. And this is kind of the slow season, though. I know January, February, so you guys are doing a lot of, your spring cleaning actually is more winter cleaning, right?
Yes. We after the holidays over, around this time until February, it slows down. I mean, business is still going, but it slows down. We're not overwhelmed. So we do a lot of what we call the deep cleaning. The major pressure washers come out. We've had some new vents put in for the ACs and just do a lot of maintenance, painting and that kind of thing.
All those things. Yeah, great. Well, go by and see him, and when you do, tell them you heard about him here on Hello Huntsville. You can go to our website, too, at HelloHuntsvilleTX.com. Search for Magnolia Kennel, and you'll see some articles there and some different things. We put those out once a month, different things going on at Magnolia Kennel. And more importantly, not just what's going on there, but things that involve just taking care of pets and different kind of pet training and pet education, which is important. When we have business partners like Magnolia Kennel that help us to do what we do here in promoting the good of the community, we don't just want to have an advertisement. We want to have something that's an educational piece. It's going to give you some knowledge. And if you subscribe to our newsletter, that goes out now to over 1,200 people here within the Huntsville, Walker County area, and that continues to grow. We put those articles there as well and a link to them. So.
I will say this. If you mention that you heard about us on the podcast, we will give you a $5 discount at the end of your stay.
Perfect. Well, there you go. Just say hello, Huntsville, and you can only use it once, though. You can't say you heard about it 20 times and get $100. That ain't gonna work like that.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Well, Jason, I mean, you guys are out on some pretty big property. 80 plus acres where you guys are, and it's a lot of room for pups to roam around. But you guys don't have any. You do. You got your little ones, don't you? You got. Which one do you have?
I have 5 dogs.
Oh,
see,
my
I only
goodness.
knew about the one, the little Chihuahua dog.
That's only one. But no, I have 2 boxers, 2 bullies, and the Chihuahua.
So you got the whole mix, man.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't know this. I thought I've been out there and I
he
didn't
wants
realize.
a cane corso.
Yeah,
Yep.
one of these days.
Well, we're gonna figure out how to get that out there. So
No,
Steph,
not today. We have too many dogs.
There is a lady in Huntsville that does cane corso rescue. I can get you in touch with her if you'd like.
well, we'll figure. Yeah.
Do not tell my wife that.
Deneen, call up Steph. She'll get you hooked up. Jason will be happy.
Do not.
Well, Steph, we appreciate you today. I wanted to highlight a couple of things that you did for us. It was so gracious. And we're going to have Sheriff McRae on here after the break, and appreciate his patience being here with us this morning. Scott did something amazing for us, and you brought these this morning. Jason, check these out, man.
Those are so cool.
Steph did these for us. I'm going to switch over to her camera real quick. I'm going to show it there.
Scott did them.
Scott did them.
Scott did them, yeah.
And I give him the ideas and he does them.
But yeah, check that out. She did these, and it was for all of our co-hosts here. So Justin, you got one here. I know I'm going to give it to a friend of mine named Justin instead. Justin Killingsworth won't. Just kidding, Justin. I'm not giving it away. Billy, you got you one.
Billy?
Billy Cawthon. Yeah, he's all right. We'll give him one.
We'll give him one.
Jason
We don't
Thompson?
need to give him one.
Yeah, that guy's your ordinary troublemaker here in town.
is.
So I'm glad Sheriff is here today. I got some stuff I need to talk to him about. Jason got yours here. Rick, this isn't Rick Boney. He's got one.
Yeah.
So Rick for you. Kay has one. And then check this out. And then Karen Denman has one also. So man, you appreciate this. Tell Scott thank you so very much
Those
for that.
are so cool.
And then today, as part of our giveaway, we're giving away the $20 cash. I felt generous today. I'm glad it's not 23 because I had to give away an extra 23 cents. So it's just $20 today. I don't have to worry about that extra 23 cents. But you brought some things that we're going to include with that giveaway today. Steph, tell us what you got today.
Just a ball. Now, unfortunately, if you have a tiny dog, this is not going to work. But this is something that they can chase around. And then these are what they call a martingale collar. Equipment that you have with your dog is just as important as the reward system. This is what they call a martingale collar. When you put it on, it tightens. So if you have a dog that has a tendency to slide it over their ears, these work really well. They are adjustable. It's going to fit a medium. Unfortunately, at the kennel, all I have is medium and larges, and I don't have any smalls. And then this is a specialty leash that you actually don't have to have a collar on to use.
You just pull it through there, huh?
You pull it through there, and you listen. It makes it really good if you're just moving them from one place to the other.
I may need that one on. Get Bridget to put that one on me because sometimes I start running off and she needs to pull me back in. So I may get her.
If for some reason the person that wins it has a large dog, I can give a bigger one, but I don't have any smaller ones.
Perfect.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Steph.
Sure.
And those are awesome leashes, collars, and that big ball right there too. You know what I love about this thing is durable. But here's the deal: even these really durable balls. I don't know what it is, but my golden retriever, Mac, and he's probably going on 8 or 9 now. It doesn't matter how, they call them like some of them tough toys. He still tears them up.
Stanley, our cane corso, eats the fabric off of them. That's his thing to do. I don't have any idea why, but he does.
This thing's like a huge tennis ball. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that bad boy. So
It is.
That's a good point, as in the sense of when you get toys for your dog, in my opinion, stay away from rope toys because they get in their digestive system, those fibers, and it causes trouble. Or make sure that the toy is bigger than their mouth or their intake, because if you would give this would be fine, but if you would give those little tiny balls, tennis balls, to a cane courser, it's going to get stuck in their throat or something like that. You want to make sure that the toys are appropriately sized or a little bit bigger than the dog.
Steph, do you mind, before we let you go, and then we're going to have Sheriff here in just a few moments, before we let you go, are you okay? You posted this on Facebook, so I'm sure you're okay mentioning it. You're probably like, Rob, what are you talking about here? There was something that you posted that I'm very interested in.
Stanley?
Yes.
Our cane corso is a rescue, and we've had him 2 years now, and he has a tendency to act like he's starving, which he's not. He weighs 114 pounds. That is a piece of corn. A year ago,
like the corn cob, we're showing it, yeah,
which is not digestible to an animal in any sense. A year ago, November, Scott was eating corn on the cob. He was going to throw the cob in the garbage. Stanley jumps over the garbage can, grabs it out of his hand, and takes off.
Ooh.
And he eats it before we can get to it. Well, I know that corn on the cob is not digestible. I wait a little bit thinking that it's going to come back up. And on the 8th day, we took him to the vet. They x-rayed it, and sure enough, it was in his gut.
Oh, man.
And he did that night throw a little bit more up. But the point to this story is that is over a year old. That means that it was in his stomach for an entire year.
Oh, my goodness.
And somebody was making comments about blockage and stuff. Well, that's the difference, is in the sense of we're very lucky it stayed in his stomach. Mm-hmm. Because if it would have moved to his intestines, it would have become a blockage, or it could have become a blockage. But if you ever have the chance, when you know those Ripley's Believe It or Not, I don't know what they are, they're shows, whatever. If you ever get a chance, if you're a dog person and you're interested in this kind of stuff, look up what dogs have eaten over the years, and it amazes me. I went to one of those several years ago, and there was a butcher knife.
Oh my goodness!
That they took out of a dog. I mean,
Oh,
you would be
Did
surprised.
the dog survive?
I didn't look that far.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, they eat anything and everything. Stanley has a tendency to like to eat the dryer sheets. Don't know why. He'll go in our laundry room, get a dryer sheet, and eat it.
Well, he wants to clean the lint off out of it inside of his stomach.
Yes, he's
is what it
cleaning.
is.
That's
Yeah.
probably what helped. That's probably what helped that stay there. But yeah, they will eat anything and everything. And everybody's like, years ago, I had a client that she brought the dog in, and she says she's not acting right. She stayed with me for a couple of days, and I said, yeah, I agree with you. Took the dog to the vet, and the dog had eaten a hair crunchie from a person. And, that kind of stuff, they eat all kinds of things. And people think, my dog wouldn't do that. You'd be surprised what they'll eat.
They eat anything.
Yeah, and Stanley is very fortunate. He has a stomach of an iron, one of these days it might bite us, but right now we're very lucky. He eats the things and either passes them or throws them up.
I think I know the content for January's article now for education because I didn't realize that was in there for a year in that dog's tummy. Wow,
well, one of the things that I can talk on experience, but something like that needs to be addressed by a veterinarian. I mean, a lot of the things that I talk about is from experience, but, a veterinarian is the one that's educated in that kind of thing. So if an article needs to be written on something like that, it would be with the vet. But, yeah.
All right. Well, there it is. Steph, Vallie, Magnolia, Kennel. Anything else you wanted to toss our way today? We want folks to support local business. It's so important to give back right here to the Huntsville community. Magnolia Kennel is one of those businesses. You have to board your pets, specifically dogs, sometimes cats, but mainly pups.
Dogs. Yeah.
Give them a call and they'll take care of you.
Yeah, and we will be at if you can talk about it, next month in February. We will have a book.
Business Expo.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Business Expo. I don't know if I'll bring a dog or not, but we're going to give some stuff away and that kind of thing.
Not giving away a dog though.
No, and Scott's made some particular things for dogs, dog bingo, that kind of stuff that we will have at the booth.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, we'll talk more about that as time goes on, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you, Steph, for being here. You're just a bundle of energy and joy, and we love having you on and just educating us more about pets. And this morning, the big takeaway for me is I did not realize that something could get stuck in a dog's gut for a year, and that's why it's so important to make sure that I'm starting to be worried now what may be in my stomach from when I was a little kid.
You watch those shows on TV, and there's dogs that have rocks and all kinds of stuff in their stomach. You want it, in my opinion, you want it to stay in the stomach. You don't want it to go in the intestines because we're talking $3,000-$4,000 for a surgery on that kind of stuff, if you're lucky.
Well, go online, magnoliakennel.com is the website. You can find out more information there. Chrissy Coleman, by the way, good morning to you. She said she's my dog's babysitter, doggy daycare. She's the best. So great stuff there. Steph, thank you so much. We appreciate you and all that you do here in Huntsville. Friends, we'll step aside, take a break. Hey, by the way, got that keyword up for you. I want to tell you something real quick, and then we'll have Sheriff on. I know he's been patiently waiting. We appreciate that. There is a very awesome group of young men coming to Huntsville. Mentioned it earlier. They're going to be at Old Town Theater, 6:30 on Friday. This is a big thank you to Postcards Magazine, First Baptist Church for Postcards did it, and Postcards gave First Baptist a few tickets, and we're giving away some here on the show as well. We'll be talking more about it tomorrow, but these young men are just unbelievable. They can harmonize, they can sing beautifully, some really good inspirational, uplifting music that they're going to bring here to Huntsville. This is a perfect time for you if you have children especially, even if you're an adult, even if you're an older adult. Come on out and listen to these young men. We're going to give away some tickets this morning. They have allotted a block of 10 tickets for us to give away. So we are, what is this, Tuesday is today, so 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't want to throw off the number, but you know what? I'm going to give away 2 of them today. So we're going to give away 2 tickets. If you are not interested in going, please do not text in to win these tickets because we want to make sure that they get used. A lot of times you give away tickets to an event, then people don't show up. We want to make sure that these are being used. So a special.
Are you going to give a pair of two?
Just giving away 2. Yeah, just 2 tickets here this morning. We'll give away more through Friday. But this morning, all you have to do to win those tickets, again, if you're not interested, please don't text in. But if you know that you can go Friday, Old Town Theater at 6:30, text in. How about this keyword? Brothers.
Brothers.
Just Brothers. 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 And go on YouTube and look these young men up. They are simply amazing. They're an up-and-coming group and really good inspirational music that they're going to bring here to Huntsville. This Friday, all you got to do is text in Brothers on that Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line like you do for other prizes, 936-339-0139. Text in Brothers, again, for your chance to win. I'm going to give away 2 of them here a little bit later today. For now, though, we'll step aside, take a break, a word from our sponsors. Sheriff McRae here in studio. He'll be with us next. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Have you heard of Google, Amazon, or Wikipedia? Their founders were all Montessori students. Montessori is the only educational method developed by a doctor using the scientific method for what was best for the child. Come check out our award-winning childcare schools at Tomorrow's Promise. Did you know that 90% of brain development happens the first 5 years of life? Early childhood education is the most important time of life. Come find out what makes us different and why we are now adding a 3rd location. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. All right, friends, welcome back at it. Time now, 8:27 in the morning. Thanks for, well, you probably already woke up with us. You're Steph Vallie. You're up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Already after it. Steph says it already feels like afternoon to her.
It does.
Probably the same with Sheriff. Sheriff probably gets up moving early. We want to welcome you back in. If you were supposed to be at work at 8 this morning, you were 20 minutes late. you are fired. And I always say TDCJ is looking for people, so you can feel free to give them a call today if you lost your job because you didn't get to work on time this morning. TDCJ's got something lined up for. They're great folks. We gave them a special recognition yesterday for all of their hard work. I encourage folks, if you're out in the community and you come across a TDCJ corrections officer or anybody that works for our criminal justice system, make sure that you tell them how much you appreciate them, because there is no job that's too small when you're working in that line of work. And no one better this morning to talk about that line of work than someone who has served our county for a very long time, that is from this area, who's been involved in this area, who's raised his family in this area, none other than Sheriff Clint McRae joining us this morning. Good morning, Sheriff. Good to have you on.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all this morning?
We're doing good.
Wonderful.
Good.
You normally, we have these headsets, and Butch Davis, this happened with Butch Davis. He wears a hat like you, and I felt so bad because that's the signature of you guys.
Right.
And you said you want me to take the hat off because the headset. I said, Sheriff, I'm just going to hand you a microphone. I didn't want you to have to take that hat off this morning.
Well, I appreciate it. It helps both me and Butch appear a little taller.
And by the way, Sheriff may look, but that chair, he's got that chair all the way down this morning. So we're on a hill. This is Jason knows about it. But if you look in this studio, we're actually on a hill, so it actually rolls down this way.
It does roll that way.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
So as we go on with the show, everybody kind of slides over as we go on.
You just kind of merge towards the street.
Well, Sheriff, it's good to have you on this morning. A lot going on with the Sheriff's Office. We always have an open platform for those that are in office to be here on the show. We had Mayor Andy Broniger on several months ago, and, of course, now Russell Humphrey, our mayor here in town. But just wanted to give you an opportunity this morning to highlight some of the great things happening in Walker County through the Sheriff's Office. And before we do that, maybe give us a little rundown of your background, your connection to Huntsville, family, all those kind of things, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I actually began my law enforcement career here in Walker County in the jail division in the late 80s. During that time, was fortunate enough to be selected to go through the police academy and was later promoted into the patrol division. After being in patrol for a while, was selected as field training officer, training new cadets that were hired by the Sheriff's Office to come onto the street and work as a patrol officer. Later, was promoted into the detective division, investigative division, where we investigated everything from misdemeanor offenses all the way to capital murder cases. In 1995, I believe it was, had an opportunity to go to work for the Central East Texas Narcotics Task Force, and I worked undercover narcotics, street level, mid-level, and upper-level narcotics for about 10 years. During that time, we had a sheriff in place. Sheriff Victor Graham was the sheriff at that point in time, and one day he contacted me and said, "Hey, I put a lot of thought to it, and I know that I'm fixing to be retiring and going out, and I can't think of anybody that I'd rather support as Walker County Sheriff than yourself." And of course, that caught me off guard, and I told him, I said, "Well, I'm going to need to pray on that a little bit, Sheriff, and visit with my wife, and I'll get back with you." So about 3 days went on, and he got back with me. He said, "Where we stand?" I said, "Well, Sheriff, I believe we're going to do it." And so he was excited about it, and anyway, was real supportive of us. And we moved on from there, and we're fortunate enough to be elected as sheriff in November of 2004, and took office January 1 of 2005.
Boy, it don't seem like it when you go back and look. You say 2005, that seems to me like it was just yesterday, but we're talking nearly 20 years now.
Yes, sir.
A lot has transpired in this county, a lot of growth, especially from the Houston area and now up in the Dallas area. Huntsville's kind of that hidden gem right here in the middle of East Texas that has been so good to so many people. And your office has done a great job with a lot of things over these last 20 years. Maybe highlight some of those accomplishments that you've seen through the Sheriff's Office and your staff. I mean, it's not just you, and you'll be the first to say it. It takes a whole army of folks to do what you guys do every day.
One of the things I've always told a lot of people, in a joking manner, I may not be the smartest individual in the world, but I was smart enough to put a good team together. And I'll be honest with you, I have been extremely proud of my team. Being involved with the Sheriff's Office, law enforcement in general, for this many years, I've had the opportunity to see and be introduced to many, many leaders, a lot of which I think are probably some of the best in the field. Then some of them I may not have agreed with, but one thing I can say is I've got a really, really good team here at the sheriff's office from all aspects, everything from technology to investigations to proactive enforcement in my patrol division. We have managed to get the salary increase up enough where the rotation of employees has slowed down tremendously. Before it was a revolving door because people could get a little bit of time in experience and then they could move on to another agency. And here we were training new cadets constantly, so we didn't have the experience from a lot of aspects. We have now, over the last 20 years, we have accomplished that. Have a really, really good team. We've got our salaries up. We have increased in size, manpower-wise. We've managed to build a new jail here in our community. That is something that 3 or 4 sheriffs prior to me wanted to accomplish. We were fortunate enough to make that accomplishment itself, and been a tremendous help. We've kind of brought the jail division and some aspects of the enforcement kind of from a third world country to modern day and time. Really, really have.
We had a chance to go. I'm part of the HLI Class 42 with the Chamber, and we had a chance to go, and we had our Criminal Justice Day and also had our County Services Day. Had a chance to go by the Walker County Jail, and a great facility. The folks over there that run that, they are on top of their game. We got a tour of it, and you think about the resources this community has. People make mistakes, and when they make mistakes, some of them are going to have to pay for it, and some of them are going to have to pay for it, unfortunately, with their lives. But there's other folks that, you're out on the street, you do something dumb, and now you're going to have to spend a while in the jail. But we have a facility that helps that and takes care of it. And it is a beautiful facility. I never thought I'd say a jail is a beautiful facility, but it is. It's very clean, well kept, and those kind of things.
And that's something that we have to follow Texas jail standards, and a lot of that is required in order to operate a jail. The one thing that makes me proud is during my tenure as sheriff under my leadership, we have never failed a jail inspection. We may have a little finding or something here or there that we need to fix, but that makes me extremely proud because there's not a lot of sheriffs throughout the state of Texas that can actually say that. And again, I have to put it back to my team, my staff. Once they're trained and everybody knows what to do, it's not just me. I'm just a small percentage of it, but I have a great team and very proud of all aspects of our department.
Walker County Sheriff Clint McRae, gracious enough with his time today. Big thanks to Steph, Vallie of Magnolia Kennel for helping to arrange this interview. Been wanting to, I came to Huntsville 4 years ago. I said, man, it'd be nice to meet the sheriff one day. I met Chief Lunsford with the police department,
yes,
and have met Mr. Mathis with the fire department. And I said, we need to get the sheriff in here sometime. And Steph said, I can get him in here right away. So I appreciate
her. Just a phone call away.
Just a phone call away. That's the motto of Huntsville. It's just a hug and a phone call away. Is this how this community is? Sheriff, I want to backtrack just a little bit. I know you talked a little bit about your history and kind of being here, but I mean, you guys have been rooted in this area, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you've been here. Maybe let us know a little bit about just the ties to Huntsville and what's made this community so special for you and your family.
I've actually moved here in 1980. Came from down around Manville, Texas. Was originally born in Pasadena, Texas, where my dad was a Deer Park PD officer, and then a Pasadena PD officer, and then later got out of law enforcement and went to work for Snap-on Tools. Anyway, the way we ended up in Huntsville was he got a promotion to field manager, and so we ended up in Huntsville I think it was the summer of 1980. So went to school here, went to junior high, went to high school here, attended Sam Houston State University, and during that time is when I went to work for the sheriff's office and have been here ever since.
When you mentioned Pasadena, only because Billy Cawthon over at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, he's with me every Friday, and he gave me some homework that I finally took advantage of. And Jason, you know what the homework was, right?
You finally did it.
I finally did it. And you know what it was, wasn't it?
I do.
There's a certain movie that I was supposed to watch. You mentioned Pasadena, and I'm on the right track, right? So I have to ask you, now I know what Gilley's is. Did you ever go there growing up?
I have.
What was that experience at Gilley's like? I have to ask this.
At that point in time, it probably wasn't as big as it would be today or back during the time that the Urban Cowboy movie was actually filmed. But I'll tell you a funny story about that since you mentioned it, is my father and my mother actually tried out for that movie. And for Bud and Sissy Spacek's position, in that movie, and I don't know where they actually got as to what level in it, but they were one of the probably thousands that were standing out there in that Shell parking lot that night trying out for that movie, and I think it was over a couple of day process,
Wow.
but my dad at that time, he was also a rodeo clown there in Pasadena Deer Park while at the police department. And my mom was a registered nurse at Bayshore Hospital.
How great is that? John Travolta, I mean, he was just starting to kind of be known at that time,
was.
right? So he wasn't as Steph would probably call it, the heartthrob, back then. But now, Steph, are you a John Travolta? Is it the heartthrob? Yeah, Bridget was watching that, and I said, sweetheart, can you please just turn the other way, when he's walking around with the shirt. I said, I can't ever compete with that.
Compete with that.
Yeah.
Can't compete with that.
Well, Sheriff, again, appreciate your time this morning, just kind of giving us some details of the accomplishments over these almost 20 years now of great work that you and your staff have done. There may be some folks this morning, even me, myself, I get to know our sheriff back where I'm from in Central Texas and in the Georgetown area years ago. Knew John Maspero very well. He's a good man. His wife was my teacher back in high school and knew the folks that have succeeded him. He unfortunately passed away many years ago, but there's a lot of great work that you guys do. Maybe just to educate us this morning on some things that the sheriff's office handles. I know more of a countywide level, but let us know about what the sheriff's office, how it differs maybe from our local police department. I know a lot of folks have that question.
Right. Primarily, let me start off by saying this. One of the great things that allows all of our local departments to do this is under our current administration, we have a better working relationship with all of our local law enforcement than ever before. In my 35 years of experience, we can count on the police department or university police department or OIG or DPS or anybody to cover our officers in a time of need. And it doesn't matter where it's at. If we have an officer hollering for help, the PD will be there, DPS will be there, whatever the case may be. In saying that, what that allows us to do is allows us to primarily focus on from an enforcement standpoint, is outside of the incorporated city. So our guys do everything that the police department does, or that Harris County or any department itself does. We have a patrol division, which we answer calls and work proactive patrol. We also work traffic in areas that we need to slow people down, just to keep everybody safe. In addition to that, we have our criminal investigative division, which is all well-trained investigators. They a lot of times will pick up cases that, say, patrol goes out and takes a burglary call or home invasion robbery call or whatever the case may be. CID will come out there and we'll secure the scene. We'll work the scene. We'll try to collect fingerprints and footprints and DNA and everything that we can in order to try to solve the case itself. So we've got a really good division both in CID and patrol. We also have a narcotics division. Our narcotics division, some of the good things about it is we have a lot of resources. We're actually connected. I'm one of the board of directors for the MocoNet Task Force, which is a high-intensity narcotics enforcement unit officed out of Montgomery County, but it also includes Walker. And then also I'm on the board of directors for Houston area HIDA, which is also a high-intensity narcotics enforcement unit. And it goes as far north. We're the most northern county that is part of that group, and it goes all the way to the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. So those resources, I have people assigned to those task forces. So in essence, one of the good things is because of our working relationship also with adjoining agencies as well, is that at a phone call, we can have additional resources right here to help us on anything local, and they can as well at no additional cost to the taxpayer. So we do everything that any other agency does around the state. Our clearance rates have been extremely well. We've stayed well over average on all of our clearance rates. Our homicide clearance rates are extremely high, which I'm very proud of. Not everybody can say that, because a lot of times those are the cases that are harder, even more difficult to solve. But all in all, we make more narcotics-related arrests on an annual basis than ever before in the history of Walker County, and Walker County was developed in 1836. So anyway, I have to give a lot of credit to where I came from. I went to work for the sheriff's office I had mentioned earlier in the late 80s, So I have fallen under a lot of leadership that has actually built me and my team, or helped me build that team and myself to where I am currently today. So we're extremely proud of what we've got going on. We've got a lot more in the future that we're still working on. Just in addition to, I also sit on the board of directors for the Vehicle and Trailer Theft Division out of Montgomery County, and then also the Terrorism Task Force out of Bryan College Station off Highway 6. So as you can imagine, I have people assigned to those task forces. So we have a lot going on a daily basis, in addition to just running our sheriff's office here.
What is, again, Sheriff Clint McRae joining us this morning, Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense, here with us as well every Tuesday. Sheriff, I'm trying to word this in a way, it's kind of funny when you want to ask a question, it sounds like in your head, like, oh yeah, that's what I want to ask, and I'm trying to get it out. So maybe there's somebody that, again, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. When would folks call the sheriff's office versus the police station? Maybe that there's something going on at their home. Is that reserved for people that live outside of the city limits? That's kind of a question. That's what I was trying to ask.
That's a great point. The good thing about the way we are currently set up here in Walker County, and not everybody's set up this way, but we have one dispatch center that dispatches for all law enforcement entities except for the University Police Department, and they have their own dispatch center. So if you call dispatch, you call whether it be 911 call or a non-emergency call, when you call and give your address as to where or what your need is, dispatch is the one that determines what agency will respond, what district officer will respond, and their own.
Okay.
So that's the good thing. The resident themselves really doesn't have to even know that. If they're in a time of need, just call dispatch at 435-8000 for the non-emergency number, and of course use 911 when need be. When the call comes into dispatch, the dispatcher themselves are trained to tell you exactly where the location is at and what agency needs to respond.
So it's 936-435-8000. 8,000. See, I didn't even know that. This is good to have you on. So that's the non-emergency line. That'll go directly to dispatch. And if you got an issue going on, you don't need someone to, maybe it's not a super important emergency, but you need some help somewhere, call that number. I didn't know that.
It could be anything from a livestock out on a public roadway, or it could be something problematic with your neighbor, or it could be, you came home and a vehicle's missing out of your driveway, or a piece of equipment, or whatever the case may be. If it's something that is urgent, we always encourage people to use 911. It just puts everything in a little faster roll, because a lot of times, as we face, unfortunately, we face a lot of the same exact crimes that all of our larger cities do. It's just on a little smaller scale because of less population. But anyway, if it's a 911 call, there will be officers en route immediately, even if they have to come back to tend to the non-emergency call that they were out on when the call went down.
Great. So that number 936, I messed up the typing earlier. It's 936-435-8000. So that's the number to dispatch. That's if you're going down the street and you see Jason Thompson just going crazy, you don't know what to do with him, but he's not posing an immediate threat. Call that number. Sheriff McRae will show up out there. Jason, take care of you. So,
thanks for throwing me under the bus.
I wanted to mention this too, Sheriff, while we got you on here. We have great community partners like Jason Thompson. He's the owner of Guardian Defense. Jason, they have a gun range. They teach folks the proper way to use firearms. How important is it for organizations like Jason's? How important are those organizations to help out folks like with your agency? I mean, you're teaching people out there in the public. That's got to be extremely beneficial for the sheriff's office.
It's extremely beneficial. One of the things when they first passed some of the handgun laws years and years ago was my concern about people that are not familiar with and do not know how to operate a firearm, because that in itself can be as big of a danger as the threat can be. And if you have somebody also that is in possession of a firearm for the purpose of their security or safety, and something happens, if they do not have the trained mindset or willingness to use it in a time of need, all you did is bring a gun to a potential gunfight, and yours could be the one used. The suspect could take yours from you.
That's it.
You have to have the appropriate training of being able to operate it, reload it, shoot it, and then also have the mindset and the training to be able to use it.
Well, great. I know that, organizations like Jason's, they do a great job with that, and so important in a way it assists our local enforcement agencies. Today, by the way, and it's so appropriate to have you on today, is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. So we appreciate all that you guys do at the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff, if somebody needed to get in touch with your office, I know probably don't call dispatch to reach your office, but what is a way that folks can get in touch with your office, maybe if they want to learn more about what you guys do?
Yes, sir. At 936-435-2400 is the general number to the Sheriff's Office. And those calls can be transferred to any division within the Sheriff's Office.
Awesome. So maybe Steph just mentioned, what if somebody's interested, they're saying, hey, I'd like to get involved with the Walker County Sheriff's Department. How can they do that as far as potential jobs?
Right. I actually currently have a few positions open in the patrol division. If someone, here's what we're having to do right now is we're looking for people that are already a certified Texas peace officer. And living in this area, and if they're interested in continuing their law enforcement career, we ask that they put an application, a resume in, allow us the opportunity to look through it, because we're going to be filling those positions hopefully within the next 60 days or so. But yeah, that's the main thing. And the jail division is the same way. If a corrections field or something along those lines are of interest to you, put in a resume and fill out an application as well at the jail.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Jason, I know we've chatted a little bit. Is there any questions maybe while we've been chatting that maybe popped into your head for Sheriff?
No, I think he's doing a pretty good job.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there he is, Sheriff Clint McRae joining us this morning. We appreciate your service to our county, and any elected officials. If you're already in office, we always invite you to be here on this show. We want to inspire and uplift and educate our listeners about what happens through our local agencies, including law enforcement and the Sheriff's Office. So we appreciate you, your family, and the great work that your office continues to do under your leadership, Sheriff. So thank you for being here today, and we'll have to have you back on in a few months maybe to let us know, maybe 6 months from now or so, and let us know what else is cooking in the Sheriff's Office.
Sounds great, and I appreciate the opportunity. And hope you gentlemen have a wonderful day.
All right, well there he is, and also Eat 'em Up Cat. So it's always good to have a fellow. I'm as a former broadcaster, I say fellow Bearcat. I used to broadcast for Sam Houston, but one day I'll take one class over there just so I can say that I went to Sam Houston.
There you go.
So, well, friends, want to remind you again. Appreciate Sheriff being here. Want to remind you, a keyword this week is January. All you got to do is text in that word along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. We'll be giving away $20 through Venmo today. And also, if you can make it, we would love for you to be a part of the Three Heath Brothers. They are coming to the Old Town Theater this Friday at 6:30 p.m. If you're interested and you can make it, text in the keyword brothers to 936-339-0139 as well for your chance to win 2 tickets. We'll be giving those away today also. As always, friends, our show is made possible every Tuesday on our Tactical Tuesday, brought to you by Guardian Defense. They are your experts here in all things personal safety. Check them out online at guardiandefensellc.com. We'll take one final break. Steph, Vallie will hop back on with us, and we'll wrap it up here on the other side as we continue. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us, friends.
Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. We get close to wrapping it up here today. 8:53 your time now. Thanks for joining us. It's your show, Good Morning Huntsville. Great to have Sheriff on and giving us some education, more about what's going on at the Sheriff's office. And I'm glad to have him because I had no idea about that general dispatch number. Did you know about that, Jason?
Yeah, I knew about it.
I didn't know. I would always just assume call 911.
Yeah.
And so don't always call 911 if it's
No.
you don't want to tie up the See, what I used to do, and I wouldn't call 911 in a non-emergency. I'd get in a phone book and just look up like Sheriff's Department. And I knew if I was in the county, I'd call the sheriff, or if I was in the city, I'd call the police. In fact, there was one time this guy, it was like 1 a.m, and I was driving Uber then, and I was done for the day, and there was a guy that was just swerving all over the road. I mean, everywhere. And so I called. I did call 911 on
that
this
was an
because it was an
emergency.
emergency.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. I got to play like kind of wannabe police officer for a few moments because a dispatcher said, all right, I've been instructed to tell you to stay behind this guy, but keep your distance of a couple hundred feet and put on your flashers. And so I got to stay behind the guy, and I was behind him for like 3 miles, and I kept telling her what mile marker I was at, and then she was like, okay, sir, coming up on mile marker 242, you're going to notice a patrolman. He's going to pull in front of you, and when he does that, you're free to go ahead and leave. And so he did, man. I was like the escort of this guy, and it was terrible. And thankfully, that's the thing. If you see somebody driving erratically, call 911 because that guy could have been one of those that swerved in the other lane. So your phone call, because of his or her dumb mistake of drinking and driving, but your phone call could have saved not only their life, but someone else, an innocent bystander's life as well. So get on the phone and call.
I think some people don't want to feel that they're getting into somebody else's business, but that is a dangerous situation.
It's extremely.
I mean, it's like even when there's a tree down or something like those are all 9 non-emergencies that you call dispatch, and they decide if it's worth sending somebody out for.
And at that point, I kind of feel like it's almost your obligation to be in somebody's business because they need your business because they don't know they're incapacitated. So. Well, great morning here. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine. Oh, Jason, don't mention he or she that won this, but can you believe that's who won this morning, $20?
Really?
Unbelievable. Well, let's give him a call.
We got to give him a call.
Steph won't be able to hear because she don't have the headset on, but maybe she can hear through my... Did he win this week? He didn't win, did he? Or she?
I don't think he did. I don't think so.
Huntsville Sugar Daddy.
Hi, who's this down here now? Who is this? Who is this? This Phil, Brent, and Roy D. Mercer. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Roy Mercer. How you doing, Clay? Congratulations. The randomizer picked you. You were text number 19. Was that today? Did you text in another day, too, or just today?
I've been doing every day.
Oh, there you go. It paid off. Your text today got it for you. So you were text number 19 of the day, and you have won $20, Clay. So see, what goes around comes around, buddy.
Well, that'll give me a half gallon of gas.
Yeah, that'll get you
half a gallon.
That'll get you half a gallon of gas, and I always joke around and say get you one piece of bread on a Big Mac in California.
Outstanding.
So, hey, did you do the photo shoot yesterday?
Yeah, I'm waiting on the photos to come back, so I should get those probably back later this week.
Clay did an 80s themed? Is it okay to mention that? Is that what it was, an 80s themed photo shoot?
Yep.
Did you dress up in a cape or anything, like a Superman Clark Kent 80s cape or not?
No, I had a wild fluorescent color shirt and skinny jeans and shoes that lit up.
Oh, great.
Shoes that lit up.
Was it LA Lights? You remember those? The LA Lights?
Those are being very popular with kids right now.
Yeah, well, Clay, text me back your cash. You have a Venmo, right? I'm assuming you have Venmo.
Actually, if you want to go ahead and pick a charity and donate that to them, I'd appreciate it.
All right, well, I'll do it. We typically give those right back to Tomorrow's Promise, if that's cool. So if you're okay with that, we'll give it to the Tomorrow's Promise Dolly Parton Imagination Library Fund.
Yep, that'll work for me. I appreciate it.
All right, there you go. That's $100 now for Kay and Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So thank you for that,
That's
Clay.
awesome.
Well, Clay, Jason always has a question. Our guest always asks this question, so Jason, throw it at him.
Clay, what do you like most about Huntsville?
The outstanding community support, because everyone is there for everybody, including small business.
That's right, man. Well, keep it up. Clay Talsworth, 0 Degree Candy. The Candy Man. He's, whenever you say Candy Man, it's kind of sketchy, but he is a legitimate Candy Man here in our community.
He is the Candy Man.
So
wouldn't want to use that in the 80s.
Hey, yeah, you don't have a van, do you? Like an A-team van that you can start cruising around in, Clay?
Not yet, but we can work on that.
All right, well, let's do it, and we'll put that. We'll put a mascot on there for you as well. How about that? So we'll figure something out.
Okay.
All right, there he is, Clay. Have a blessed day, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, take care, buddy. Bye-bye. So Clay Talsworth, the winner. We're not going to call the winner of the tickets, but we do have someone that have won those tickets for today, and it is our friends, I believe, the Horn family. So we've got those two. It is Richard and Linda Horn, saying that this community needs more music like this, and so Richard and Linda, you guys have won 2 tickets to the Heath Brothers coming up on Friday. Big thank you to Postcards Magazine for those tickets as well, and also for them providing them to First Baptist Church for us to give away. So congratulations, awesome. Linda. So we'll get them on down there to you, and I'll get with you guys on that. Karen will be on tomorrow, and I'll have the full details on those. I think they'll just be ready for pickup at will call. So, all right, man, great day. Got to get after it today.
I know.
Did you have somewhere you had to be like right away this morning? No. Okay, because last week we had to cut it short.
Yep.
This week we just kept it rolling just for you, Jason.
We just kept it rolling. Yeah, I'm making up for last week.
Yeah, always
Since
making
I had
up.
the bell early.
WCRC meeting today. Maybe plug that real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, WCRC at 12 o'clock at the Safe House.
So come join. It's a great opportunity. Steph, I think,
I'm trying.
Steph's
I haven't been voted in yet.
Steph's coming today, so.
I was there last week, sitting in the lobby. Nobody was there.
Oh goodness! Yeah, we didn't have a meeting last week. That's right. I forgot about that too. So
yeah.
Well, at least you were there.
Hey, I was there in spirit.
Yeah, so we will be there today.
Come join us today. Promote your small business.
All right, well, there it is,
See
friends.
what we're about.
A lot of fun today. Make sure that you go to HelloHuntsvilleTX.com for the latest happening in our community. You'll hear more about folks like Jason and Guardian Defense and Magnolia Kennel. We appreciate all of you so much. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of it. A lot of friends were joining us. We didn't have a chance to get to everybody today. I did want to recognize someone new that is joining us here on the show. Marshall Wayne, a new viewer, saying first-time viewer, and so far, so good with all the good info and collective resources provided. So, Marshall, thank you so much. Marshall Wynn, I beg your pardon. Marshall Wynn joining us this morning. So we welcome you into the show. And for all of you, make sure to join us every Monday through Friday, 7:30, 8 to 8:30 or 9ish. It just kind of depends.
Just kind of depends.
Wing it.
Yeah, so it depends on the flow of the show, but we typically go an hour to an hour and a half depending on the guests that we have. So again, big thank you to Steph Vallie. We're also, by the way, Clay, I forgot to mention Clay. I'll call him back after the show, but if he has a dog and he's interested in these gifts, we'll give them away. If not, we'll do another special giveaway for those as well.
Just keep them until somebody has a dog.
I forgot to mention that. So thank you to Steph and Magnolia Kennel for those gifts. And also, good dad, Diego. She brought a book for Braylon, and we are going to read this. Cool? We are going to read this tonight. She knows to pick different. You've heard me on this show talk about that Dr. Seuss. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. She knows that now, and I saw her last night reach for one, and she looked at it and she put it back because she knows Daddy ain't going to read Dr. Seuss to her anymore.
Mm-hmm. Reading to children is the best thing you can do.
Jason, after the show, I'm going to sit here and read to Jason. He and I can read together. No, I'm just kidding, Jason. Jason's about to backhand me, man.
The sheriff will be back to visit.
Yeah, he'll be back to visit real quick. Well, friends, thanks. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Clay said he has 2 dogs, so perfect, man. Well, I'll make sure to get you these gifts. See, once again, what goes around comes around. Now you donated the $20. Now you get this.
I can get Scott to give him to him at the farmer's market this weekend. If he's going to be there Saturday.
Clay, we'll do that. How about that, buddy?
I think he's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we'll hold on to it for him. So
that's
we'll
fine.
we'll hold on to it for you, Clay, and just come by and pick it up whenever. Hey, great shows continue the rest of this week. We'll be on tomorrow with Rick and Kay Boning of Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and Karen Altum, Marshall Altum, joining us from Postcards Magazine. They'll be talking about the Heath brothers tomorrow and what that's going to be like for the community. Denise Winston, she provides exchange students here in this community. She will be with us on Thursday with an exchange students, and then we'll wrap it up on Friday with Carla Christian from the Josie Scout Lodge. A little chilly at the lodge coming up, baby. It's chilly in the studio this morning, too. So
yes, it is.
Go by and see Guardian Defense. Go by and see Steph, Vallie, Magnolia, Kennel, as they are two great businesses here, small businesses in our community. That'll wrap it up, friends, as we end every show, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We truly need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We'll see you back at it tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
God bless you, Huntsville. We'll see you later.